Okay, everyone, so we're going to create a table runner with some daisy flowers. Normally I start off with a few colors in mind, but sometimes as I go I change ideas. So we'll see if I'm going to continue with these two blue, which I love them. They're absolutely gorgeous, like ocean blue and royal blue, and then of course the white. These are 4-ply 100% cotton thread. I'll be using 2.75 hook. These are similar to Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton, but Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton is a little bit thicker, so the pattern becomes bigger. Okay, so let's get started. Please, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so and give a thumbs up on the video. Of course, it's extremely important. My colors go by numbers, so this is number 32, this is number 3, and of course the white has no number, it's just white. Okay, let's get started, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to start by the slip stitch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until I have 123 chain stitch. Okay, so I've done 123 chain stitch. I'm going to come back on my 4th chain, 1, 2, 3 on my 4th, and I'm going to make sure to grab those 2 loops and not just one. If you grab only the top loop, your pattern is going to bend as a U shape. So now we are going to do 1 double crochet per stitch all the way to the end, and I'll come back to you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so I've done all my double crochet until the very last stitch. Now on this last one, on the same stitch, I'm going to do an increase of 5 more double crochets. This is for the oval curve. So far I have 3, 4, 5, and with the one that was there already, 6. We have to do both corners the same way, and then 1 per each stitch. So I'm just gonna start with my smaller hook just to get in. Oops, took it all apart now. To get in that edge, because my stitch is always so tight. So I'll just recount if I got them all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we have that chain that we did. I'm grabbing that loop from the chain and not necessarily going into the double crochet so it doesn't become too thick. So that's why I have to use a smaller hook to get in since my stitch is so tight, and then 1 per stitch all the way to the corner. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the very last one. Now, since I am on the last one, I'm already considering 2 double crochets there. So I'm going to add 4 more on the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come into that very first one we did and close it in with slip stitch. So now I have my 6 on this side and 6 on that side. Taking my regular hook again. So just make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to come back in that same stitch or the next stitch, I should say, not the same stitch, single 2 chain, and now we're just going to do 1 double crochet per stitch all the way to the edge of the other corner again. Okay, so I'll meet you there. Okay, everyone, so I've done until the last one before we hit the corner of the 6. Now, coming into that very first one of the 6 that we did on the corner, we're doing an increase of 2 double crochet per stitch. So those 6 now becomes 12. So I've done 2 so far. 3, 4, 5, so 2 on each stitch, and my 6th. We'll do the same thing on the other edge of the corner, and then 1 stitch, 1 double crochet per stitch. So simple. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Getting to the corner here, you must do 2 double crochets on each stitch of the 6. So you'll have 12 on this side too. Okay? Okay, everyone. So pretty much did my 12 double crochets, 2 per stitch on the 6 that we had on the corner. Went into the next one with a single and 1 chain, coming in, and I stretched enough so it becomes the side of a double crochet. Into the next one, to the next stitch, double crochet, 1 chain, skipping 1, coming into the next one. So now we're building groups of 2 double crochet, 1 per stitch, 1 chain space, skip 1 into the next one, and create those 2 double crochet, 1 chain, skip a space into the next one, double crochet, next stitch, double crochet. We're going to repeat this all the way until the edge. If you guys want to put markers, go ahead until we meet the before the groups double crochet. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done my groups of 2 double crochet, skip a stitch, 1 chain. I have 40 groups. Now I'm right at the edge where we have the 2. So I've done my 1 chain. I'm coming on that first one and doing my groups again of 2, 1 chain. The only difference is we are not skipping any stitch here at the edge. 1 chain into the next one, 1 per stitch, 1 chain, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So as soon as you do all 12, 1 chain coming directly into that first one, and now skipping 1 and going into the next one. So we can have 40 groups the same way as we have on the other side. So basically, we have, when we've reached here before the groups, obviously we don't skip any, so that gives us the 40 groups, and then 1 chain, then continue. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then continuing, if you had put your marker, then you start. So I have my first group of the 40 on this side. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. We'll have to do exactly the same thing on the other edge. Okay, everyone, so finished my row. I have 40 groups on this side, 40 groups on this side, and 6 groups on each corner. Now this is going to be a repeat for the next 9 rows. That means we're doing the group over group, 1 chain. This is going to stay the same. The only difference is we will be increasing in the corners. Okay, so this is going to stay the same, the groups over groups for the next 9 rows. And I'm counting the first row as we did the 6 double crochets here. Okay, so that means that we are on the 3rd row. I'm going to meet you at the corner and explain to you how we're going to proceed with the increases, because everything else stays the same on both sides with the groups. Okay, everyone, so completed my 40th group, 1 chain. On this first double crochet from the 6 at the edge, I'm doing 1 double crochet. On the second one, I'm doing the increase 2 together on the same stitch. 1 chain, first double crochet, 1 double crochet, the second one, 2 together on the same stitch. So basically our increases will be on both edges. So we are in row 3. We're counting the first one from the 6 double crochets we did, then we did the 12, and then we did the groups. So this is row 3, 1, 2, 3. This is row 4. Okay, so row 4, we have the increase. Row 5 will be the increase again on the last double crochet. That means you do 1 double crochet on 1 stitch, 1 double crochet, and 2 together on the last one. We're going to proceed this way until we have 9 rows. That means we are on the 4, next row 5, 6, 7, 8, until the 9th row. I'll come back to you at the end of my 9th row. Okay, so it's just a repeat. The groups are repeat 40, 40. And the increase is only on the last double crochet. On each row you go up. So we started with a group of 2, 3, and then we'll have 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row 9. Okay, everyone, so I did my 9 rows. Remembering what I said starts from the 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Going to row 10. Now row 10 is going to change a bit. We're going to do 1 double crochet per stitch, per double crochet per stitch. And where we have that 1 chain, we're doing 1 double crochet. And then just proceed 1 per stitch and 1 inside of that 1 chain. And the corner will change a bit, so I'll meet you at the end of the corner, or the end of my row, I should say. Okay, so this is row 10. I'll meet you at the corner. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the edge, so it's going to be 1 per stitch. There is no increase on the motifs here. Just 1 double crochet per stitch, and the increase will be where we have that 1 chain, only in the corner. So we have our first motif here, no increase on the last double crochet. Normally we'd be doing 2 together. We're not doing this time. In this 1 chain we're doing 2 double crochet and then 1 per stitch again. That's all we're going to do on this row 10. And then row 11, we're going back to the normal routine that we were doing here on row 9. So we will do the increase as we've been doing on the other ones. Just this row 10 is a little bit different. So 1 per stitch. So you should have, not counting the one that are in the 1 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 double crochets, and then 2 inside of that 1 chain space, 1 per stitch. Now only at the edge, remembering when you're coming here, you're doing only 1 double crochet, exactly how we've been doing here on the sides, okay? So only inside of the corner motifs here, it's 2 double crochet. Coming here, just straight, and then 1 inside, and then the normal as we've been doing on this side. Okay, so even here was 1 double crochet. Okay, and not 2, because this is not part of the motif, it's not part of the corner, it's still part of the side, flat sides. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everybody, so now we're going to go into row 11. Okay, we're going to repeat exactly what we've done here with the groups, 1 chain space, and the increase. The only difference is we're going to be working on back loops only. So I'm going to go through this loop here, come back in. I'm going to do my single, or my, I guess it went to a slip stitch, no problem. So I'll do chain 3. So we're going to use these back loops only, and we have to use them, so chain 1, because we'll be working on these back loops for the flowers, or okay. So 1 chain, skip that double crochet, and back loops only, creating those groups of 2 double crochet as we were doing. So basically we're picking up where we left off on row 9, and at the corners we'll be doing the increase. Okay, so back loops. I'll meet you at the corner so I can show you. Okay, so we've reached the motif using back loops always, and doing our normal increase on the last double crochet as we were doing before. So we should have 9 double crochets here on the motifs on the edges. One per stitch, so we're on the last one. 1 more on the same stitch, so a little different than what we've done here. The next row, row 12, will be a repeat. The only thing is we're not using back loops, we're doing as the normal one here. Back loops is only on this one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 1 chain, skip these 2, and then go into the back loops on the other ones again. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so we finished row 11, going to row 12. Row 12 is just a repeat of what we just done. So coming back in, creating my groups again of 2, 1 chain space, and of course we are going through all the loops here. So only this row here was the back loops. 1 chain space, and when coming to the edges, the corners, we're doing the increase again on the last double crochet. So we have 9 here, we should have 10 on this row once we've completed the edges. I'm going to continue mine, and I'm cutting my thread after this, and I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so I finished my 2 rows. I thought I was going to cut my thread, and I did cut my thread. I had to come back in with it. There's 1 more row before we cut our thread. So we're going to continue to do, on this row 13, the groups the same way as we've been doing. Not the groups, I'm sorry. Double crochet per double crochet, but we're taking both. Same thing as we did here on row 10. 1 double crochet inside of that 1 chain space, including the corners, the edges. Okay, the corner. We'll be doing 1 double crochet per stitch and 1 inside of that 1 chain space, including the corners here. Okay, so I'm going to continue and I'll meet you in the corner. Okay, so I'm at my motif, no increase, just 1 per stitch. So we had 10 on this row, we have 10 on this row still. Coming inside of that 1 chain with 1 double crochet only. Okay, and then continue 1 per stitch. That's all we're doing, no increase on the corners, and 1 double crochet in all 1 chain stitch all around the pattern. And then after this, I will be cutting my thread. So 1 double crochet, no increase. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so going into row 14, I'm going to start on the same row as we've been starting. We've been starting here. I'm going to start down here this time just so we don't keep getting a mark on there. We're going to create the leaves, so, or the stems. So I'm going to come in with the green. This is almost like a lime, it is a lime green, with a single 2 chain on the same stitch, another double crochet, chain 2, and again. So we're creating V's with 2 double crochet, basically. That's my flower stems. I'm going to do 2 chain, and I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 on my 4th, creating the same thing again. 2 double crochet, 2 chain. If your stitch is tight, you can do a 3 chain on the leaves, chain 2, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm coming in the 5th, and again. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th, chain 2. So all the way around this area of the oval, skipping 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th, okay, so I'll meet you here once I've completed this oval edge. Chain 2, skip 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th, okay. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end here of the oval. Okay, now we're going to count after doing 2 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th. So my 5th ends up on the middle here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to just do it on every middle double crochet we have, skipping 1 square and into the next one. I think it makes more sense this way. Okay, so basically 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, chain 2. Again, skipping all of these. That's one square we're skipping and coming into the next one. And we're going to do that until we meet at the end again. Chain 2, again skipping all of these, coming here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're on your 6th basically. Okay, but I'll meet you at the end to see if it all works out. If not, we'll work around it. Okay, and that's how it's going to be. Okay, everyone, so we're getting to the end, and coming to the end, just going to make this little, coming in that one there. Now, if we find that it's a little bit too close, and I find it's a little bit too close, so I'm just going to come back here on this last one. Instead of doing it there, I'm just going to do it here. So it's not too noticeable of close up. Okay. 2 chains, so this would be like the before last. So we have 1, 2, 3 on my 4th. At least it's not a big noticeable thing. Okay. So again, we're going to do the same thing as we started doing. 1, 2, 3 on my 4th. I think that's what I did for the first one here. Let me just confirm. 1, 2, 3. Yes, on the 4th. So that was the first one. The other ones are all 5. Okay, so chain 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th, and continue on the same way as we did on the other side. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th. Okay, so we're going to continue to do exactly how we did here at this edge. And then once we've completed the edge, once we get here, then we're going to skip that blockage and come in the next one and proceed that way as we did. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so we finished row 14. Now, I'm not going to count this as row 15 because now we got to work on these loops that we did on row 10, remember? Now, we have to follow the same direction as we have here. So we're going to work on the outside loops that we left behind, and I'm coming on that row 10. And this is more or less lined up to what I had done the upper one, even if it's slanted a bit. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. Try not to pull too much on the thread here, but sometimes it's just a little bit harder. But once you keep working on it, it places itself because you'll be working on the other ones, so you'll be pulling on the other ones also. So chain 2. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did. So try to line it up more or less as we have. So right here in the center we have that double crochet, remember we did. So basically we are going to work on there. So skipping that one box that we did. And just repeating exactly what we just did with the leaves on this row also. Try to follow the upper one that we did. So we know that we have to skip a block here. That means I'm going to be working on the next one, which we have that double crochet in the center. And we're going to do this all the way around the same way. So this will be like that. Okay. So I'll meet you at the end. All you have to do is just follow through. Even when you come here, more or less, you follow through on it. And here also. So it's going to give you the same concept. So that means we skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and we went on the 5th. So basically it's here. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th. So that pretty much lines up to it. Okay? Even if you're off a little bit, don't stress over it. It doesn't change anything on the pattern. So I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone. So pretty much completed. Like I mentioned before, you should not worry about this because you have to remember there is more stitches up here to begin with. So even though you skip the 4 and going to the 5th, you're still going to be a little bit off, which is fine. That's the way it is. So going into the flowers now. Now I'm going to start this row here with the lighter blue, and then I'll use the royal blue, which is this one, up top on the next flowers. So you can pretty much start anywhere. I'm just going to start here, so it makes no difference where you start. You can use whatever colors you want for this for these flowers, obviously. So I'm going to start with a single and 2 chains. So that's my first double crochet, and then 3 more chain for picot. So I'm coming down on my second chain and doing my picot, and then again double crochet, 3 chain, and picot, and again double crochet, 3 chain, and picot, and double crochet. Now you can do I think I'm going to do one more. You can do 3 picots or 4 picots. I think it gives me a little bit more fullness of the flowers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets and 4 picots. 1 chain coming down in between the where we have the 2 chain space, 1 chain, and coming back into the next one. So now it's just a repeat. We're going to do this all the way around, and then we'll do exactly the same thing to the top one here. So it's just a repeat that we will do on the top one. So there's no point of keep recording the same thing. What we're doing now, that's what we're going to do to the top one. Like I said, you can mix colors for these flowers. You can use one color only. I'm going to use the 2 colors, which I'll do this row with this blue, and then the royal blue up top, and have that nice mixture of blue. Okay, so I'll come back to you once I've completed my row, just to show you again. The up top one here will be exactly the same thing. And that's what it's going to look like once you've completed the flowers. Okay, so I'll meet you in the next row. If you find that you don't need to do the 1 chain space, if your stitch is too tight or you find that they're too close, then you don't have to do that 1 chain. You can just go directly, and I think I'm going to do directly. I think it looks nicer that way. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everybody, so finished my row with that beautiful light blue. Now I'm coming in with the royal blue. It doesn't matter where you start. So single, my 2 chain, my first double crochet, and then 3 more for the picots. Now You can do the peacocks this way, the normal way like we usually do, or do the peacocks. I've done in many patterns. 1, 2, 3, and instead of going in, I'm coming in that double crochet. Now people have different opinions, and to me, I find personally it's nicer this way and faster, but you can do whatever way you're accustomed to. I like it this way, so I'm just going to continue this way. I was doing the other ones, and then almost towards the end, I realized that I wasn't doing the way that I usually do, that I usually like. So, but it doesn't change anything. So 4 peacocks, 5 double crochets, exactly the same thing as we were doing in the bottom. So double crochet, 1, 2, 3 chain, and then come in that double crochet if you want to do it this way. It's optional for you. So I'm going to continue to do my row and then come back to you on it. If you need to do 1 chain space between them, go ahead. I think it looks stunning this way. Just gives it a nice little punch to it. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my runner. I've blocked it. I've steam ironed it. I used laundry softener in a little bottle mixed with water. It smells good. Put your patterns nice and straight and stiff. And I've also added my flowers and my leaves to the pattern on both opposite sides. Okay, I will leave the tutorial for these flowers and the leaves in the description box below if you feel like adding any flowers or leaves, or you can add to your favorites if you have any. So this does it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed the runner. Most probably we'll be making a round set, so round doily, let's say, in the same concept. So you might want to stay tuned for that. Once I do, I will list the links below, so automatically when you come to the video, it shows, it pops up on the screen. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Let me know what you think about the runner. I have created this many years ago, and I'm not even sure if I have done at the beginning when I started the channel a tutorial on it. I'm not too sure, but if I did, I'm sure it wasn't great because I didn't know the codes. The app I was using was horrible. I didn't know how to record properly. But anyway, besides the point. So I'll leave the measurements. I'll have a little video at the end once I've started editing, and so you can see on the table how it looks like. So thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Stay safe. Take care of each other, especially yourself. Be always kind to people. It costs nothing. Kindness goes a long way, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you so much, everyone. I send you so much love. Bye-bye, everybody.